Okay, we started the trip and we're on our way. We're just north of Lake Wales, Florida, and we have about 200 miles to go before we hit the first charging station. Now, I've never used one of these before, so this is going to be a learning experience for me too, and everything. So we're going to hit the Supercharger station in about 200 miles, and it says on my screen that we'll have 35% battery life, and got 173 more miles to go at 3 hours and 52 minutes. And we're driving right now. I got my hands on the wheel, but it's all autonomous mode, so it's all self-driving, and I'm going to probably drive most of the way with self-driving, where I don't have to worry about it and just look exactly any obvious things that it might want to do that I don't want it to do. So as soon as we get to the charging station, I'll turn on the video again and talk more about it. We just stopped at Lake City at the Supercharger station, getting ready to charge, and it came up with a calculation of 32% before we left to this station, and as you can see right here, it's 32% here. It's pretty accurate on exactly what charging station that we have. So if you go with the trip data, and right here we had, distance to go was 206 miles to the Supercharger. As you can see, that's the distance we just went from at the beginning to now. So this is the total of the whole trip, and that 206 miles was just from Lake Wales to here. So now we're going to get out and use the Supercharger and see what's going to happen here. Okay, we're at the Supercharger. I just plugged it in, and this one here, price is 34 cents a kilowatt, and it's charging up right now slowly. So we'll be here for probably 15-20 minutes. We just got done charging at 80% at Lake City, Florida, and the next thing we have to do after this, considering we're going to Pigeon Forge, is that here we are at Lake City, and next we're going to go to Georgia, and it's going to be Fort Valley, Georgia, and it says I'm only going to have 15% of my battery left when we get there. So let's just see how accurate it is. It's 200 and couple miles, 202 miles is where the next charging station is. So that's where we're going to be next. We're at Fort Valley at Buc-ee's, believe it or not, and by the last Supercharge that we had, it said that we were going to be at 15% when we got here, but we were at 13%. Shouldn't drove as fast. So it's doing good and everything. So we're going to plug it in now and see how it charges up. So the next path, we filled up the car back up to 80% again, and we're going to go where it says Flowery Branch, close to Gainesville, Georgia. So we're heading from here, from Buc-ee's to Atlanta, then over, and then over to Gainesville, and it says it's 140 miles, and we theoretically should have 37% of battery left when we get there. We're here at Gainesville, Georgia, and we just pulled into the Supercharger, and the guesstimate that Tesla did was 37%, and actually we're at 37% when we arrived here. Now we're getting ready to charge it up, and I always just charge it up to 80%, so it's no problem. Okay, we're getting ready to leave, and I put a grand total of 80% of my battery. I should be at Pigeon Forge and still have 45% left, and it's 157 miles away. So that's where we're heading next. We're sitting here at Buc-ee's at Pigeon Forge and at I-40, getting ready to take off. As you can see the trip here, we're going to go, I have 77% battery left, and we're going to go from here and we're going to go all the way up to Richmond, Kentucky, and it should say we have 18% left, and it's 160 miles that we're going to drive. So we're on our way to Ohio, and here we go. Okay, we made it to Richmond, and we're at Buc-ee's again, and it said that we were supposed to have 18% on the battery left, but I ended up with 27, and that's kind of strange because we went up and down hills. I assume we gained power from the hills, but then they had an accident where the road was closed for an hour, so we ended up sitting there for an hour with the air conditioner running, but it was only like 76 degrees out, and we just left everything normal. And so we made it to Buc-ee's and Richmond, and we got 27% charge left. We're at Buc-ee's getting ready to leave the Richmond area. We're going to go to Westchester Township for another charge, and by this it says it'll be around 39%, and that's where we're heading next. Okay, we just made it to Westchester Township in Ohio. I still have 43% charge. Problem is, the next two places I'll be going, well, Oxford does not have a charger. So considering that has no Tesla charger, I have to peak this one up, probably 90% at least. Okay, I'm getting started now. We're getting ready to leave, and we got it charged up to 90%. And what it says,
now turn right onto Tyler's Corner Drive.
When we get to Oxford, I'm going to have 84% left, and that should be a good day. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. When you get a chance, if you would please subscribe to my channel, that would help us out. Thank you.